Hi everybody. Today I'm gonna show you about integer variable in Unreal Engine. In this tutorial, you will get to know about integer tutorial, also byte tutorial. So we don't use byte variable. So I just create a variable and I name it byte. Its type is byte. First of all, it will if we create a variable, it will be boolean. But I select byte, and if I compile it, you see a value. We can add a value, default value. But if we have a boolean, you cannot add any number, you just tick and untick. So if we drag it, it will show two options, get and set. So get means which value you already have, and set means you can set the value. That's it. So if you hold alter and control, they will show about the variable in detail. You can read it and you can see it yourself. And if you go to the variable type and select the variable type, hold the mouse above it and alter and control, you will see that byte is a number between 0 and 255. It's 8-bit number. So byte have limitation. For example, we can add 2 here, we can add 100, we can add 200, but we cannot add anything above 255, and we cannot add anything less than 0, which means -1 or something like that. So we have add 250, but when we try to add 270, we cannot do that. So byte have limitation and we rarely use it in Unreal Engine. If we give -1, it will not work. It will also not work if we add any point like 5.5 or something like that. But byte have many options, like we can multiply, we can add, we can subtract, we can division. So just add it, you can add it, multiply it. I just create a new variable, I name it integer, and the type should be integer. So integer variable have a large range compared to byte. We can get it and set it like the byte. So it's a integer is a whole number, it cannot be a fractional part like 2 minus 6 1045. So we can set it in here like 1 500 5000 500,000 and more, which we cannot do in byte. So mostly Unreal Engine use integer compared to byte. We can go to the minus value also, -50 -500,000. And also here we can add, subtract, multiply, division and other function. We can compare it less than, greater than. So here if you go to the page, a byte, they show all the action, greater than, multiply, equal, maths, mean, not equal, all the function they're in here. Integer minus integer, integer have the same function and even more. Select int, sign, warp, clamp. So you can use this function in your game, how you prefer. So I right button and I add a event begin play and I test the byte. First of all, I will set it as a get, and it's have a default, it's have a value 5. We add it and I add a print string and I add the byte to the print string. It automatically create a converter. If you play, you can see I have a 5, but also I have something else that written which I added in my Saiful controller. So just disable it. Now if you play, there is no print string, extra print string, so it will only show 5, but we can increase the value like 200 and it will show 200. We can change the color. I make it yellow, compile and save. F11 and alter P. Now there is only the value 200 in yellow color, but we cannot make it 300 because 255 is the max number and we cannot give any minus number. So now come to the integer, it has 0 value, and now we can add 500,000 value, which we cannot do in byte, but we cannot do point. We need a float for this, but otherwise yes, 500,000 in yellow color. So there are many options like add, we can add a 5 and we can add a 10, it will make 15. Compile save, and if we play 15, so our add work, it's work like a calculator. We can make a calculator by this. We can multiply also. We have default value of 5, and if we multiply with 10 it will make 50. Play, and there is the 50. We can also like divide, we can subtract. We have 5, we can minus 2 and it will make 3. We can also divide, we have 5, we can divide with 10 and integer value I give 50, so it will divide like 5. Yes, 5. So our every function working perfectly. Delete all of this, add the integer as a set. We can use integer as our making minute second. So I added delay, and I just added delay 1 second, and after 1 second I will add a plus value, and I will add 1. Edit. Already we have 15, and now if we play it will show like 51 after 1 second, but it's not showing because we don't add the print string. We need to add the print string, and I just add 1 here. So I add a print string, and I can add it here and add it from the set. So it will, after 1 second it will show 2. There is a 2. So we can use it as a increase in minute second. We can make it use this variable to make a function like timer. So I add event it run after every frame. It have a delta second option which run in every frame by frame, and I disconnect the begin play, and I add the integer value to 0. It will start from 0 after 1 second. 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that, like a timer. 1 2 3, and it will run after 1 second. So this is how you can make a timer. I will show it in detail. So 15 16 17, and it will go on and go on. Now we can use the integer in a different way, like point collecting. In many games we have a function like point collecting, and it is increasing the value after we collect a certain point or kill a certain number of enemy. Our game is over. So I will do that. So go to the third person BP, and I make a count, and it should be integer. I am using in my third person character because I can use it in our level and in the our actor blueprint BP collect. So I set the count, and I also get that count, and I add 1. Whenever I collect 1, it will destroy the actor. The actor will destroy himself, and 1.1 collect in store in my player character, third person character BP. So I add a few more function, like I add a get player character and class to third person character. I make a pure cast, and I name it player. I add a sequence as mouse left button, and I get the player, and from here I get my reference count. I add a branch B mouse left button. Branch have a condition true or false. So from here I get the count, and if it's equal to 3, I add 3 collectible BP, and if it's true, print a string. If we collect 3 rotating apple or bots, then it will show you collect 3 bots, or we can show you win the game, whatever you want. So compile and save. Now go to the BP collect and drag and drop to the level. It will rotate herself or itself. Duplicate 1, duplicate, make it 3. So if we play, nothing happen. 1 2 3 4 normal basic. We collect 1 bots, we collect 2 bots, nothing happen. But if we collect 3 bots, it will show you collect 3 bots. So this is how you can make your game function, game logic, and use it as your own way. I just show you. So this is for today's tutorial. Bye bye everybody.